All right, everyone, welcome in. It is the quiz show with Magical. I'm here to ask our contestants 5 questions about what they just witnessed in that last game between 100 Thieves Challengers and Team Liquid First. Let's see how they do. Let's bring in our contestants. We've got the one and only LPL caster. It's Mazel. Give him a round of applause.
And I'm going to take you down, Cubby.
Oh, and he's already introduced his competition. It is the former LCK caster. It is the one and only Bearman himself. It is Cubby.
That's my intro. That's
his intro?
That's it.
All right. You know what?
My actions speak, not words. Get this.
Well,
I'm a man of words. I'm a man of words.
It's a quiz show, so you should be a man of words.
One of the questions, how many outfits you've had on today? Is this 4 or 5?
I can't answer that. You got to keep track yourself. In fact, why don't we get into the questions themselves? Yeah, there's a guess. Yeah, you got to guess. I know how many it is. I counted up beforehand, and
8.
I know exactly
how many.
You put
8 as the max, so it has to be 8.
Well, we'll see. We'll see at the end of the day. I
said 8 first.
It.
Can he guess the same question as me?
I said
this question
it better.
Will be
I'm a man
at
of
the
words.
very
You're a man
end
of actions.
The broadcast. So you'll have to just
okay.
I just want to make sure that this is a theme. I'm a man of words, so my words mean more than Cubby because Cubby is a man of actions.
That is true.
And actions, you know.
All right. Well, enough of these words and non-actions. Let's get into words with actions. Let's get into the quiz show. So let's ask the first question. Are you both ready?
Sure. Are you a pirate?
Yar!
That's not a question. That's just me saying yes. Come on. Yes. What's the first question?
First question. At approximately what minute in game time did first blood happen? There is no multiple choice. You have to answer it this way.
4 minutes.
Okay. Gubby, for you?
4:01.
Ding, ding, ding. Mazel is the one who gets it right. It was just under the 4-minute mark. So had he actually said 3:59, he would have been correct.
The mid-dive.
Wait, was it actually 3:59?
It was closer. It was like 3.
Oh, okay.
It was like I didn't know exactly, but it was closer. It was under the 4 minutes.
It was the mid-dive. So I admit I should have counted up the camps better. It was before crabs.
How dare
All right,
you.
so that is a point for Mazel.
As you say, words. All I'm saying, words are winning right now, Cubby.
All right.
I'll guess first this upcoming time, so you can have.
All right. So let's see. Now, question number 2. After this game, what is the first blood percent that 100 Thieves Challengers have now?
Well, you see, this isn't fair.
Go ahead and answer, man of actions.
I wrote this down.
Oh.
Wow.
So how much is it?
Well, if I say it, then Mazel... I told Mazel he'd guess second, but if I say
the thing is,
I'm right.
Well, it's whoever guesses first.
All right, 100%.
There you go. Point for Cubby.
It's 100%. I got it right as well.
No, you did not. It's first come, first serve. It's not an even game like that. It's one apiece.
Rebel.
The power of the pen, guys. Never forget.
Power of the pen.
Exactly. So now, let's get into this. When did Team Liquid First get their first kill? And I need exact time.
7:16.
Okay. Gubby.
No idea why.
9 minutes. Or no, we'll go with 9:30 because the rift play was late.
You're both wrong. 11 minutes and 34 seconds is when the first kill happened.
I couldn't remember if they got a kill in that first rift skirmish or the second one.
It was the second. And the thing is, they kept making plays. It's not like they didn't try to make plays. It was constant action attempted. Like, if you look at the first poll, using Ignite to get the flash off Unforgiven, even top lane, they tried to have these ganks. Unfortunately, they didn't mount to a kill until 11 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
it wasn't winnable, you know.
Right. So, let's get on to our 4th question. We're still at 1 apiece between the two. Who completed their first item first?
It was Maokai Demonic Embrace.
Oh, Gubby? Yeah, 5.
It was
4, 3,
Syndra,
2,
Mythic.
So I will say it is a point to Mazel. The man of words gets another one.
I made a point about it in the early game because he was the first item completed, and I thought it was weird.
I should have doubled up. It is cheaper price point.
Well, the thing is, you wouldn't have gotten a point at all. He answered first.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we're even on that one, but unfortunately, Mazel's up 1 on me.
So now,
I said man of words.
I will accept the approximate. This one, because it's hard to get precise. After this game, what is Pretty's KDA on Syndra in 2023?
Oh my God, why are you like this?
After this game, I'm going to go with 7.
Okay.
Ooh. I'm going to go with 5.2.
Well, the closest on this one would be Cubby! Bing, bing, bing. It is 6.875.
It was 5-4 going into the games. He only played 3 champs, so.
Yep. So, now...
And his KDA is 5-3.
Since we're tied, I do have a bonus question.
All right.
And this is pertaining to Pretty
All the
because Pretty
marbles.
was doing a very good job. He got fed early, made it a lot easier on Syndra to outplay people with the outplay button. But now, let's ask, what was the biggest change in itemization from this game to previous games that Pretty went for? This is worth 2 points. A 10.
I don't know.
Was
9,
it the Mythic?
8.
The Andres?
7. 6. 5.
I'm out.
4.
It was
Cubby,
the Mythic.
it's all you.
It was the Mythic.
What was the Mythic? 2.
Didn't he go to the
1.
Andres?
You will get a
Ludens?
half. I'll give you a point because you were right. It is the Mythic. He went Leandri's in every other game.
It's Ludens this game.
was
My
the
bad.
when he went. So Cubby, you win.
No, Ludens was correct given the top side. I don't know why I said the Andres. Probably.
Yep. Had you said
I've been watching the
Ludens,
tape.
you would have gotten it.
I mean, Bazel did give up.
I did.
But also,
Yeah,
you know
no
what?
idea.
You cheated. No. I was cheated out of my first game win, so I'll take this one. Thank you very much.
Oh my God, you
Cheated.
liar.
Nah, I don't know.
Liar.
I don't know if he was cheated
Oh,
out of
look,
it.
Cubby's up 2-0. The last question's worth
Oh.
3. Woo!
Yeah, that's how it works. Have you never been on a game show before?
I did the same thing just now. I had this last question worth 2
What is
points.
this like? I have to deal with comeback XP? I just
yeah,
junglers have to
exactly.
deal
I
with
mean, hey, we
This is
love
a
League of Legends. We got to do it in real
yeah,
life.
this is League of Legends. Come on. This should be obvious. Cubby doesn't understand the whole... He's never watched the quiz show with Magical before, I take it.
I have a
Never
pet,
seen this.
I have a pet behind me. Why does Mazel get you like for a jungle pet, like in terms of points? All right.
Wow.
Why?
Wow.
Actually, why don't you? Why don't
Wow.
you?
Mazel's like,
Wow.
I
Just because you can't see all of my stuff behind me because of the camera angle doesn't mean you can use that against me, Cubby.
I'm also susceptible to
framing.
bribes, so bribes always work on me if you want to get extra
bribes?
points.
Yes.
What do you want for dinner tonight?
God, you know what? I don't know why, but like udon sounds really good right now.
All right, we'll
I
keep
could go
that in
some
mind
udon.
for the last halftime show after our next series. All right.
Yeah,
So
all right,
that's all I'm
sounds good.
saying. That's all I'm
All
saying.
right, yeah.
Just keep that in mind.
All right, let's talk about what we had take place. It was a dominant performance from 100 Thieves Challenger, which is what we expected. This team is one of those teams we look at being one of our top dogs, probably top 4, maybe even higher than that, depending on how you want to look at it. How did their stars really perform in this game? Let's look at the top side that we talked about briefly at the beginning of the show. How would we say Sniper was in this game, or if he was there at all?
You picked the most boring lane to
I was
talk
gonna
about,
say,
man.
do you
I know,
remember
I
the
did-
conversation we had where it was
I did
0-0-0
I
to like
did
the
that
last
on
5
purpose.
minutes?
I did that on purpose.
So can I talk about mid lane now?
No.
Yeah, can we move
No.
forward? Can we?
Sniper and Surdy, that's a skill matchup that Renekton has favor early, and Sniper played around the pressure that the Fiora got well.
Good. Now you
Sniper
can talk
did
about
well.
mid lane. Now you can talk
Okay.
about mid lane.
Pretty absolutely just blasted the Jace mid. And Yukino with the mid dive, guys, I love using Maokai, at least right now, for dives. These champions dive well. Yukino, that was a very good setup. That setup was made off of how well Pretty was laning. Yukino
Yeah.
just being there to follow up. So I think Pretty was the stud that game.
Oh, he was.
Fantastic game from him. And him and Yukino just blew up the map from there against the Karthus. This is really, really, really well done.
And you
feel
could
like-
tell early on that Yukino was putting all of that focus there, right? He was revisiting mid lane constantly, trying to check in on those summoner spells. So really, really good stuff, cohesion-wise.
Well, I was even about to say, I feel like Pretty with like young junglers too. He is able to really help them out with like figuring out where they want to be on the map. Plus, he's also able to get their attention. Like, hey, come mid. Let's go mid. Oh, do we need to roam bot lane? Do we need to roam top lane? Come on, we've got this jungle synergy going on. He had this with Chad previously on Immortals Academy, and now it seems like he's starting to gain that with Yukino.
The 340 mid dive was super based. That's all we can say about that one. It was really, really well set up by Pretty. Love the follow up from Yukino. And again, Yukino, he was a curious jungler like coming in because a lot of the praise for Yukino was like, hey, this kid's like 16 in champs queue, but he's smart. Like he knows the timers where he can be aggressive early, and he wasn't this like unreal mechanical Lee Sin player that we've seen. It'll be a lot of the jungle prospects that have come up and then trying to round out things from there. No, Yukino has a great head for the game as a young kid, so seeing him put that into action on this stage as well. Again, a lot of promise for Yukino moving forward. Really excited to see how this kid continues to evolve and pick up comp play, because for how little experience he has, he's been showing a lot of maturity on the Rift.
Yeah, he has. And that's why I like to see how they've grown. Like we've talked about, they have a very young top side of the map, but they do have some more veteran voices on the team to kind of help them learn along the way. But you know what? Enough of me rambling. Enough of the quiz show, because we got to see what this game unfolds and what we have in store in game number 2 of our second series. So, Lennon, Matt, take it away.
Well, let's get underway. Thank you, Magical, for the quiz show. I'm still going to say that I've won twice now. And we're going to move forward. We're going to go on to 100 Thieves Challengers versus TL first. Overall, on the blue side, we get that similar ban in the Pike. But the big thing before we get into the nitty gritty here is, how do you want to see TL first react to that first game here in draft?
I don't think you should be able to get Ashe plus Maokai on the same side of a draft. So I really want to see them deny that. And I understand Karthus is a pick that City's good at, that TLF have won games with. Ashe Maokai, you can never... Like, wards do not matter when you have Ashe plus Maokai. It is hawk shots and saplings, and you cannot move if you fall behind. So I really want to see them deny this combo.
Well, we'll see. They got one ban to do one of them. It's not going to come through. Same bans. Literally the same bans come through for a second game in a row.
Going to be Ashe first pick. We will see if City decides to take the Maokai. I don't think he will. This is going to be tough to play against. See if they have another plan.
So I do wonder. I mean, I think that Karthus obviously has fit City Witty very well, but it doesn't seem to fit the way that 100 Thieves are playing into TL first. So unless it's just absolute comfort, the name of the game for TL first, I do hope we get to see that adaptation. Last time around, it was the first pick Fiora. I don't think we're getting that this time. The Varus will be locked in for Mia.
I think the Varus deny does help Mia, as it's been really good for Mia, and also it does take away that Varus Ashe lane that does have a lot of utility. We have the AP Twitch support being hovered here by Rovex. I doubt that will be blinded, but it is something that we've actually been seeing crop up as we have gotten rather crazy in the support pool. But expecting to see the Fiora here that's been consistently early rotationed by TLF.
Well, Surdy's saying there was nothing wrong with our stalemate top lane. I know you got a couple kills at the end of the game, Sniper, but don't worry, I got you in lane. But the question is, do they just take the Renekton back into it? Do we just see the same pickup there, as well as Karthus hovered by Yukino at the last second, but Maokai going to be the obvious pick here. Just going from strength to strength, it feels like, for 100 Thieves Challengers.
They got Ashe Maokai again. I'm
they
not
done did it, Cubby. They done did it.
I don't think that... I think these champs are still really, really, really strong. I know that Maokai, his numbers got taken down. He has a slower clear speed now, and the pokes less. Is still Maokai. As it looks like that Ashe is going to be flexed to support, and we're going to have Sivir being piloted here by Unforgiven with no Enchantress. That is curious. And it does give TLF now a chance to potentially counter support bot lane. Maybe they have a winning setup here on red side early.
I still feel like the Sivir obviously adds a lot to 100 Thieves Challengers from last game. I think it gives you a little bit more strength as you get further on, maybe not getting that blown out game that we got in game 1. It is, though, the Hecarim for City Witty. So a little bit of a comfort classic coming out.
Yeah, so a similar idea with the Karthus in terms of farming. And I gotta say, City Witty continues to keep on playing unique champions, as this will be... Karthus was the first champ that he picked, that he has actually picked multiple times. This will be the 9th champion that City's played in 10 games. I had to do the math there. For live math on air is dangerous, guys, so don't attempt that. But so jungle for City, heavy focus on farming, and then having strong enough lanes to support this Hecarim as it ramps throughout the game. Whereas 100 Thieves Challengers, Ashe Maokai has so much control. I'm already kind of concerned for what TLF's showing. I hope that they round things out a bit better with where they take mid and support. And I think the good part, or the good news for TLF here, is that because the bot lane of 100 Thieves is showing, they can counter at both support and mid to wrap up the draft. So they will get 2 counter picks here, which is nice for TLF on red side.
I like the Renekton ban as well from TLF, especially trying to kind of whittle down that champion pool a little bit more for Sniper. Don't know if it's really going to affect much. There's still so many big picks on the table, but we'll see the Cassidy taken out as well by 100 Thieves Challengers, waiting on their last ban, as the Silas is the final ban for TL first. It's the Karma that joins the ban table here.
I like the Karma ban. It's going to help counter some of the push that Rovex could have. I think the Silas ban's telling, though. Silas is really strong with both Varus and Hecarim ult, but they could take a support here that has a damn good ult that Silas would have really liked.
True.
And Alistar, it feels terrible into Ashe, but it's really good into Sivir.
I would like to see it. All right, it is locked in. I want that engaged down there in the bot lane.
So it gives you a way to play around the spell shield of Sivir. Like Ashe, again, you can kite this out pretty brutally, so level 1 will be tough, but Varus is a very strong landing champion, so can kind of help balance out what we're going to see for the bot side of TLF. And Rovex, again, on an engager. I know that the B patch, it kind of took away the Heimer and the Yuumi. Rovex is definitely someone that prefers to be engaging, so he does have that now with the Alistar. And
I like the... on the opposite side, the response here with the Gnar for Sniper in the top side. I think it'll be an interesting matchup in its own right into Surt's Fiora. But how does this differ from kind of that top lane focus that we wanted to see from last time?
I think they still have it on the side of TLF. Yeah. And we'll see what the answer is they have the opportunity to Akali if they want for Aspect. I think Akali is set up pretty well this game into both Gnar, Azir, and the squishy bot side. We'll see if Aspect, has the guts to pull it off. If not, it could easily be an Ahri. Okay, that'd be a little bit of mid game for TLF. That's going to be the choice, and a lot more mobility too in the mid lane, which could help Aspect. So I think Ahri Hecarim. We'll see if they can sync up with Alistar. But overall,
that's a lot of mobility.
It is. It's a way to deal with Maokai in a way, but I still think that Maokai Ashe is really, really, really strong. It's going to be really tough for TLF to make plays on the map when they're just eating hawk shots and saplings. Again, everything is always spotted against this comp.
So the big thing I obviously think is a difference. You were saying City Witty's champion, obviously pretty expansive, but you were saying as well the Hecarim fits the style that Karthus does. Do you not see a little bit more proactivity coming out from City Witty on the Hecarim this time around?
I mean, the idea, like both Karthus and Hecarim, you want to power clear, right? So those first two clears are probably going to be full. Of course, you do have some potential to make plays, but honestly, I think Hecarim, like the only play he can make pre-6, probably bot. Like it's the only lane that has reasonable gank assist. So let's see if
City. Are you
okay
maybe with not doing anything? Because I feel like you're looking at this comp and other Thieves, and you want to do some stuff before they get too strong.
I'm with you, Mazel. So I think that for TLF, as long as they are running this Hecarim, it is going to be about kind of weathering the storm early. And keep in mind, Yukino made some great early plays that got 100 Thieves a good start. We'll keep our eyes on the Yukino. Definitely has the window to do that again on the Maokai. We'll see if he can execute.
We're back into it now. Second game of this series. 100 Thieves Challengers versus Team Liquid Honda first. And should be a very fun game. We didn't get as much blood in the top side that we wanted in game number 1. We definitely got that in the mid lane. We'll see if we continue to trend that way, as 100 Thieves Challengers again have drafted a much similar composition and executable-wise to what they had last game around. TLF trying to change things up just a bit and get a little bit more comfort, maybe a little bit more difference in execution there as well.
It looks like they're going for a late Raptor ward here on the side of 100 Thieves. Not bad. As Aspect. A cute little trade here. Going to weave in a bonus auto attack. So, again, the setup for TLF, I did tease, Karthus did start blue last game. That is what feels best for the Karthus. But it is good to see City on the Hecarim now. He's actually starting with the Raptors. So, again, clearing top to bot. That is a big change from last game.
City Witty will be spotted out doing the Raptor start, at least for his side of the map there. I don't think that TLF have vision, at least yet, on Yukino, but probably surmise that he's starting up on top side of the map. Now, the biggest question is, I think a big leak was found in the mid lane as Aspect had gotten ganked early and things kind of unfolded from there. But we're at a steady state right now with Aspect having a little bit more of that safety, it feels like, in mid lane. Is this still a point of focus for Yukino?
I don't think that he should be able to dive this Ahri. I think the point of focus for Yukino is going to be supporting the bot lane. Because again, the only play that City Witty has to make on this map is really go bot in terms of gank assist. I say that. And he actually has the red buff and is positioning here for a top lane dive, which Yukino...
He's picking on a mid lane.
Yukino's wrapping all the way around, so we got a little bit of a submarine going here.
All right, let's see what we got going on. A little dive action for City Witty, a little bit of mid lane action for Yukino. We said maybe they just go back mid. Aspect flashing out onto the other side, trying to get over towards City Witty, but Yukino showing where his first glance was set towards.
Do we still get the top dive here from City? The wave stack is crashing. Yeah, here's Ghost Pop. Here we go.
Sniper not anywhere near Mega. Does have the sweet spots there. Sniper! He doesn't get the trade back. Ooh. First blood to Team Liquid first.
Okay, well done for City. So again, as we set up this Hecarim, usually you want a full clear, but props to City Witty. He gets a big win for 30 in the top side as TLF continues this top lane focus as a team. Again, bot lane has been under siege. We did see the heal burned early from Mia to try and get Alistar out of the peppering of the Ashe. As we actually get City waiting for the crab to spawn here. So he's low health, but he's gonna take that A-okay. Did smite it down. Should reset and pick up the rest of his camps here. So I will say the Hecarim clear quite a bit delayed as the camps are going to be on split spawns now. But the top lane play is really big for Surdy, and we'll see if we can cash in on this lead.
Something that also, as we get into the replay, has been super interesting to watch has just been this willingness to all in this top side of the map for City Witty.
I mean, it has been the game plan for TLF. A lot of it's been around Surdy, and again, Surdy is someone that we've always given a lot of credit for how well he's able to lane and consistently replicate and execute lane states. On another instance here, where hold on, City's protecting his
really
respawn
didn't
raptors.
Like that he took his chicky nuggies. He's trying to chase him down, but can't do it. Those saplings slowing him down just enough, and the shifting sands gets pretty out of that one.
You can't see some of the positives, though, of this matchup for the Hecarim, as Maokai, again, has to play in. I mean, your twisting advance in. You have a couple ways to create space from Hecarim, but if City Witty has the Nas button available, Hecarim does win the raw 1v1. So we will have City take his respawn camps. Again, he did set this up by clearing out the Raptors and Krugs first before he took that red buff. And then he should be able to shift onto the bot side. As he has to clear out those camps or else he'll be very far behind. But with where he's finishing is clear. We'll see if Surdy wants to pull this wave and maybe freeze it onto Sniper. Not gonna be the case. Yeah, City crosses. I mean, Yukino's really trying hard to help out his buddy in the top side here, as this lane's been made very difficult by City.
Not going to be able to find anything up there just yet, but Surdy playing pretty reserved under tower there as well. Back to the bot side of the map for a focus of both junglers, I'm sure. I do wonder, though, if Dragon does take a priority at all any more so than it did last time around. I know TLF were able to get that early Dragon for themselves with that priority in bot lane, but with the Hecarim and especially with Yukino pathing down towards this bot side, the objectives become more of a second thought.
Yeah, that is like something that's unique about Karthus, the fact that he does melt these single target, like the Dragon and the Herald, so quickly with the Skittles. Hecarim, no slouch on the clear himself, but it can't exactly execute the single target camps as well as Karthus can, and also the bot lane prio. Keep in mind, still with 100 Thieves. So, yeah, I mean, Aspect has no flash and Pretty 6. Aspect's really respecting it, but we'll see if Pretty wants to commit flash. Yep.
Oh, he got him! And there's the perfect twisted advance. Yukino gets the kill, and the 100 Thieves Challengers on the board. Yukino has a grudge to settle against Aspect, apparently.
2 ganks mid before Ahri has 6. That's one way to guarantee a kill. Like the flash commit from Pretty.
Too.
It was, but a lot of that was set up by Pretty's laning. It made things a lot easier to make sure that they could attack the Aspect as a team. This time around, this is really just all Yukino getting involved at the right time.
Really, really good timing from the 100 Thieves Challengers jungler. Sniper getting aggressed out of tower, though. That wave is a pretty big, as here comes the devastating charge from City Witty. A little bit more damage done. One more auto attack, and nicely juggled between the two from TLF, and they continue to snowball this top side.
And Surdy continues to show why this Fiora really is a first rotation pick for TLF, as again, he plays this pick well in the lane phase, and when the team's able to support it too, I mean, Sniper's in deep trouble now in this lane. Surdy, big itemization advantage, not to mention XP too, as Sniper, he can't TP back to catch that wave, and it's pushing away from him. So this lead for Surdy, let's see how much he can cash in on it, because one way to beat the comp 100 Thieves and all the control that Maokai Ash has is going to be split pushing on this Fiora.
Yeah, and that's what I want to talk about a little bit more. I think it's super important to kind of lay out, now that there is this advantage through topside and City Witty getting a little bit of gold himself, how do they utilize that to continue to press it? And as you say, it's that side lane pressure, not exactly opting in to have it go to every team fight, but utilizing Surdy in the side lane as a big point of pressure for 100 Thieves to deal with.
I mean, we'll see if they can turn it into a Herald first, right? Because City's clearing away from top lane at the moment, and that's a big wave that's going to crash. But if it does crash, it means that Surdy can build up a slower push, and they can try and make a play for Herald. So maybe that's one way they can start with taking that top lane lead and putting it elsewhere. At the moment, though, we do have Ashe coming out of base, trying to support this Herald play. City's on the other side of the map, so we're actually going to see a Herald take from 100 Thieves for a Dragon trade, and I very much favor what we're getting here on the side of 100 Thieves Challengers. Is they're Unforgiven's farming, so they're getting everything for a Mountain Dragon. Mountain Dragon, it's no slouch. I think it's the most valuable single dragon. But I'd much rather take the Herald and the gold.
Yeah, especially where you can deliver that gold towards.
Yeah.
And that is another question for me for 100 Thieves, is we haven't had necessarily the biggest splash in the early game. Top lane is not going your way, but I feel like Pretty and Unforgiven still have a lot to say in terms of carry potential here. So where would you like to see kind of those resources delved to?
I think this Herald should go towards the Azir, mostly because I think that taking away that mid turret opens up everything for Maokai with the Ashe. So let's keep on feeding Pretty and see what happens. I think that Pretty will be slightly vulnerable to the poke Varus.
Get him pretty fed.
Yeah, might be something to do. So, getting him ahead could help. Not at all bad.
Yeah, the name of the game there is Set in Stone. Maybe not Set in Stone. Set in an amalgamous formation that can be changed. With City Witty going towards the top side, though, with the Meganar now just procced for Sniper. Maybe he waits it out and comes back in for a gank. There is still flash on Sniper as well, though.
I think that's the plan, as Sniper gonna trade. That's the hop, and that's Mega down. So, yeah, City's here at the right time. And again, Surdy pointing out that lane really well. Yeah, Sniper knows. But again, it's just good stuff from Surdy. I mean, hitting that riposte. No hop now on Sniper. They forced out
still got,
Mega.
he knew, but he's still dead for it. Okay, there's the flash. There's Onslaught of Shadows, and there's another death. Oh, Sniper. 0-3, but kills galore for Team Liquid Honda first.
It's just really good lane play from Surdy again. This is what we saw from Surdy last year on Evil Genius's Academy. Plays out, executes his lanes really well, and if you give him his champs, he's going to do so every time. But we have an answer bot, and this time Aspect's going to TP. Aspect does have ult. We'll see if Robex wants to make a play. No. Okay, just deterring the dive. Honestly, not bad here for TLF.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I'm glad that 100 Thieves backed away from that one. I actually got the TP out of Aspect, so
yeah,
can appreciate that one as well. And a little bit of scuffling down on bottom side, and some of that chaos bleeding over.
And the mid wave was mostly picked up by City, so not at all bad. In fact, you got Hecarim's more resources, and folks, this is going to be a City special. Do not try this at home. It's not going to be your Trinity Force Hecarim. It is going to be the Eclipse one-shot build on the Hecarim. This is the solo queue special, but this Hecarim is ahead. And we'll see if City can make the most of it, as you spike so hard when you finish Eclipsing Miramana.
It's such an interesting combo. I miss the days of like the Trinity Forest Miramana builds for the Hecarims. I love to see City Witty bringing his own flavor to the pick here, and with the advantage, right? The carry potential is there. And I think a lot of the setup is going to be the forethought of City Witty and trying to get his team in the right positions. And again, as a holistic approach for Team Liquid first, the big thing is like mechanically they're good. We've seen them outplay so many times in these little 1v1s and mechanical situations, but it's what happens when you look at strategy, when you look at team cohesion, that starts to become the problem. And I think having City Witty comfortable, confident on the Hecarim, something that he knows and loves, will be a key to that factor.
And I mean, if TLF wants to win this game, they have had a good early game. And TLF, I mean, despite where they are at in the standings, they're actually middle of the pack in terms of early games. They do average being down about 250 gold at 15, but given how aggressive some of the leads have been for some of our challengers teams in this league, that does put them in the middle of the pack. And having an early gold lead in this game is important for TLF. If Hecarim's able to take off, I mean, this is a pick that does a lot of damage, and you're against a lot of squishies, especially against a Demonic Embrace Rush Maokai. So I think it's really important now that City, I mean, once he gets close to wrapping up these items, can have the big game impact, as he has Ult again and almost Ghost. Gotta believe that TLF's going to look to hit this upcoming dragon heavily.
Rift Herald was running out, so we'll be spawned in bot side, but engage on Unforgiven. Flash out of Chains of Corruption there. That was so good. And now the ricochets, the damage, the twisted advance, it's shut down to Yukino.
Unforgiven, that was ridiculous. As he spell shielded the Pulverize from Alistar, flashed out of Mia's Chain of Corruption, and any hopes of a play from TLF go out the window as he keeps his health bar full, topped off, pours all the damage into the back of TLF. They take down the pony and are looking to take down the first brick as well.
Oh, the AO, the clear, it's not there. They're going to get the tower. Oh my God, one more auto. That's first tower at 100 Thieves, and they have blown open this lead that was actually in favor of TLF now in this early game to about 1.5k just from that bottom lane play.
I mean, that was really nasty from Unforgiven.
Unforgiven is up 2,000 gold on Mia.
Yeah.
What?
He did pop the coal, got the first brick. Unforgiven, the Sivir. Who needs an Enchantress, man? You're good.
I guess. Is this the world we live in now, Cubby? Oh my God, Unforgiven is going to be insane. So I think right now, obviously the Kraken Slayer completed is really big. Looking at, you know, those 3 item spikes, the 2 item spikes, even if you go with that IE. But I do really wonder, especially... Yeah, it does look like it. And yeah, I wonder exactly where they try and utilize this, because this feels like now the strength for 100 Thieves to play around, where we were saying 100%. Where the strength kind of lies for TLF.
Nope, you just put that Sivir mid, you live off your perma mid prio, and then you just go make plays on the sides. And 100 Thieves throwing down this game, that is all in their favor. Just as I was talking about the gold lead for TLF, that's been thrown out the window. It's now the 1.5k gold lead in the hands of 100 Thieves Challengers. As, again, taking down this Hecarim, especially off the map when you go for this build, it does slow down this build so much, because you really need to hit the Muramana and Eclipse spike to be big. So City, like, anytime that he's off the map, not farming, not able to hit that, it's a big deal. And we'll see again. I mean, keep in mind, we're playing against Ashe Maokai, so you're always going to be revealed. It's so hard to take the terrain back. So 100 Thieves, now they have this gold lead, they're already trying to push it forward, as we have, you know, caught by Alistar. Good job, Rovex.
Good job. He caught it. Like playing catch with your friends.
That is his job. He's trying to, you know, it's a get down Mr. President angle whenever you're playing Alistar, for sure.
So we do see second Rift Herald picked up by Yukino off the back of this control around the map for 100 Thieves Challengers. I see Dragon actually now started for City Witty. With 100 Thieves so close in the area, it feels like a little bit of an iffy situation.
I'd seal off again. They feel like they have to push the tempo, push the pace. They're going to try and sneak this, and honestly, it looks like they're doing so successfully.
I think so, right?
I didn't get the full setup. Rovex is holding the angle.
Finally walk around the corner there, but that'll be second Dragon taken by Team Liquid first.
Much needed. They roll the Infernal Soul. Not all bad. It takes a couple brushes away from Maokai, so one of the better rolls you can get.
True.
Given the game, and props to TLF. Good sneak. Keeps themselves in the game a bit.
With a little bit of time until that next, I guess, scuffle. Probably a little while until we get another Rift Herald as well. Expected mid or top for Yukino. The resets coming out for Mia and Rovex. Could see this lane swappage coming through here as lanes have kind of busted open at this point. And it does mean that we'll just get that big focus around mid lane. And I do wonder if City Witty just continues to try to farm up. That has been doing a pretty good job so far. Both junglers very, very active. We're getting that kind of stalemate from the top side, even though there's a passive lead by Surdy for the most part. And it's really turning into kind of the traditional carries of Aspect Pretty, Unforgiven, Mia, the big mainstays.
I do think this is a bit of a tricky point for TLF, because with how the lanes are matched up right now, 100 Thieves is pretty laning into the Fiora. Fiora can only all in this matchup. Pretty is just fine to clear out these waves. And you can see 100 Thieves rotating on the Fiora to support it. As they know that Fiora is the person that can take over in these side lanes. So I think rotating to support the lane that's going up against Fiora, right call here for 100 Thieves. It's really helping them slow down the game against this TLF comp, and that's much needed.
Trying to delay what could be potentially inevitable.
At times, just their friend. It's
really
Sivir's ear. They scale so hard. Anytime you can slow down the game, it really does favor 100 Thieves. And they're doing a nice job of doing that right now.
It's the Duskblade, Cubby.
Yeah.
Love
okay.
it.
No Eclipse. Duskblade. All right.
No Eclipse. He's going for the invisible horseman. Can't stop an invisible horse. As Pretty gets very low, but doesn't go down. Surdy very low itself. Oh no! It's turned on its head and a double kill for the AD carry of 100 Thieves Challengers.
And that's that mid priority into supporting the lane that Fiora's going into. 400 Thieves, like, they got mid prio. We have first move. Let's just go to the Fiora lane. That's the one place the TLF are going to look to make plays. And they counter exactly what TLF want to do. Check your mini map. Sivir Ash, they're so far ahead on this play. So City going here, like, you're opting into a 2v4. And I know it's somewhat the only play that you have, but it's so difficult for TLF to pull this off. It just puts them in a really tough spot.
I'm not gonna lie, if he gets hit by that Emperor's Divide, maybe he survives. He just goes straight through and ends up on the wrong side of nowhere. We do want to kind of hone in, though, at that strength from that movement you're calling out. That combo that we saw be so absolutely strong last game in control around the map for 100 Thieves in the Maokai and the Ashe is coming alive once again, and they're set up in the right position.
And like when the game gets to this state against Ashe Maokai again, you cannot move. It's whatever brush you check, there's a sapling. Whatever camp you want to farm, you're going to get spotted by a hawk shot. 100 Thieves are playing with so much more info and so much more poke and range. It's really difficult for TLF. The only way that they can really fight against this is if they play through and around that Fiora lane. The good news for them is that they do have Fiora in the Gnar, much better matchup. But the bad news is, Unforgiven, because he's ahead, he's able to step up so far on the mid lane. Actually, he went for the Navori Quick Blades on the Sivir this game. So a lot more bouncing blades and Qs coming out. They're trying to take full advantage of it now as Rovex. He's in trouble.
Nature's Grasp. Novia getting so low. The burn, the slow. Chains of Corruption comes out with the flash. As another charge comes into the mid lane, and it's just feeling like we're back to what happened last game. Rovex sniped down in the line by Unforgiven.
The control of Ashe Maokai, all the slows they bring to the table. Yeah, I mean, it's all gloom and doom here now for TLF, as that's an inhibitor turret down, and because they have the mid prio, they can rotate onto the side, so City's trying to still take some camps for himself that he desperately needs on this Hecarim, is able to get the Krug, but now Surdy, he was trying to push in the sniper, he's caught out, and 100 Thieves have 5 members on City.
No, City! He's got the Onslaught Shadows coming up, he's going out, he's run away! The phase rush, he's too fast, maybe they catch Destiny on the back end.
Okay.
And there's the speed of 4 legs.
Oh, maybe he's not out of there. Well, hold on.
It's Pretty really wants him.
Hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's cruising. That's a pony on the loose, man.
That's a pony with a Duskblade. Oh, Aspect tries to get the fast play. Oh! Destiny! What? Beautiful stuff from 100 Thieves. An unfortunate series of events for Aspect.
TLF will pick up Dragon's Soul, but I think the gold lead is too far out of control for them at this point. You can see TLF, they're starting to really reach across the map. They know this game's tough.
This is getting a little bit... Yukino! It gets the Dragon, denying TL's only win in this situation. Now Pretty gets out with the Shifting Sands. Poke it down. Look how much work this Leandres is doing. They do a little bit less as Surdy takes him out and gets a return kill that TL really needed.
They needed, but they would have liked the Dragon more, as that would have been sole point, at least some way into this game, some way to scale, but it's still all 100 Thieves this half. It was a much better early game for TLF, but once you drop control against the comp 100 Thieves, it's really tough to play into. TLF trying to cross map after the play top, at least take the Dragon. Yukino, he's got other ideas. The flash Q smash gets under the smite of City. And then Pretty just able to, kite his way out. Yukino's like, I'm not helping you, man. That's a one-way trip. They don't want your one to take. Yeah.
You had a really good game on Syndra last game. You'll make it. It'll be all right. You'll take the 1 death.
What the hell is happening today? I don't know, man. I've been hearing Rafa like scream through my wall at the other stream every game. So I don't know what's going on in that stream either, Hawk. You might have to educate some of us. But what I do know is happening. TLF, return to the game plan.
Yeah. It feels really good for Surdy and TLF, but then they see the big purple worm has been taken out by 100 Thieves Challengers because of that. And it'll be a quick little trade, and honestly in favor of this very ahead 100 Thieves. Remember, if you want to get in on the conversation, get your tweets on like Hotcast did. Make sure you use the hashtag NACL and get on in here.
Should be cruising to our last series of the day here pretty soon. 100 Thieves seem to have this one wrapped up. I know the 2-0 for 100 Thieves. They picked up their first 2-0 against TSM in their second series of last week. Definitely feel good for the team, but again, like they feel like they have their members here, as a lot of teams are starting to get all their teams here with Avisa issues subsiding. Good to see, as this is a team that we have very high expectations for. Not just the 3 members on the bot side that we know all too well, but also the new guys on the top side that we have high hopes for as rooks. And good to see 100 Thieves meeting some of those expectations in this game. I know that Sniper's getting a bit of the treatment in the bot side, but it's been a real good series for Yukino. Yeah.
Honestly, that's the big point for me, is that Yukino is just finally feeling like the stability is there. The confidence to make a lot of these forward aggressive plays is there. And as a jungler for 100 Thieves, 100 Thieves having a pretty damn good track record of junglers in their developmental system, I think it's important to note that Yukino is that kind of all-in aspect here this year for 100 Thieves. We'll see all-in on the Sniper, though. Oh, man, they just can't catch a break. Poor old Sniper.
Nothing like, taking a trampoline bounce into 5, but...
It's one of those ones where you have all your friends jump
his team was on the top side,
those times where you get spring bolted out into the sky and you probably land off of the trampoline? It was one of those times.
Oh boy.
Rovex though will pop that unbreakable will and find too much as it goes to another inhib, or a inhib taken down. They still have the open one in mid lane, not going to go down. Mia flashing on to Yukino. Probably the tankier target here, not the one to go for. No! Here comes City on the back, though. Nicely done. There's that Dustblade proc. Got the TP now coming in, though, from Sniper to join the fight. And Unforgiven is ridiculously strong. He's 4-0. Trying to go a little bit harder. But now on to the Nexus Towers here. Surdy and City Witty just kind of have to watch. There's the Angry Bee.
Yeah, things are getting a little bit weird here in the back half as TLF trying some crazy things to try and save this game. I respect
you're going the wrong way.
But TLF, they don't want to fight the Unforgiven Sivir. And I got to say, I can't blame them, but they might have to because it's getting too late. Okay, the tree melts.
They got Yukino. Unforgiven just takes down City Witty. Surdy.
Yeah, Surdy's going to send it. He's going to send it.
He doesn't have flash. He doesn't have anything. Gets the kill.
That's
the shutdown going over, but Pretty and Sniper should chase him down. Sniper going to get some much due revenge. Is he going to find it?
Hold on. No, he's out. He's
out. One by one. No. Surdy now going back in. Grand challenge popped. Surdy was feeling himself there. Not going to find what he was looking for.
A little bit of fun at the end of the game here, as, again, fully expect this to be the Unforgiven 100 Thieves victory. And I think you can really see how difficult it is to play Alistar into Ashe Maokai there. Alistar in his slows just feels so goddamn bad. As he just cannot close the gap on anything. Did flash to get the combo off. But once this comp gets behind again for TLF, it's really tough to play out the game for him. And we're seeing that here as 100 Thieves trying to deny another soul point.
Oh, they're going to go for it. Let's go.
All right, let's send it. Let's go, TLF.
It is about getting as much as possible here for TLF in this game. They will start up this dragon. Yukino stole the last one. Can he do it again? Sniper just lost Meganar, but there's the Enchanted Crystal reposted out of. Nature's Grass comes across. They can't get City Witty back in the pit. They go for the engage here as well. They have a nice little front to back, but there's the combo! And Pretty will be pretty damn nice. Easy peasy 100 Thieves Challengers wipe the floor with Team Liquid first.
Oh my god, the alley-oop into the three-pointer for Pretty here to wrap things up. Is that Emperor's Divide? That's set TLF into the next day. I know that they've got a busy schedule this week. 100 Thieves, though, prepping for that big match we've highlighted on our schedule against Cloud9 Challengers tomorrow. They have a Queen 2-0 going into it as Yukino donates a little bit of bark to the Rift in the last one. GG's, congrats to 100 Thieves.
Great showing from 100 Thieves. Just combating a lot of the style that Team Liquid first came out here with. Team Liquid first, they got the comfort. They got kind of what they wanted from draft. They had the Fiora both times for Surdy, but it is about that team play that we highlighted for them that didn't work out later on, and 100 Thieves had it.
You can see some of the positives of TLF. Again, I think Surdy's landing phase is very solid. They're trying to play through Surdy on the top side. He's able to consistently execute these Fioras in lane. They had Sniper behind. It's just the rest of the map, and I really detest Dash Maokai. I think that you need to deny that combo. I know that they aren't playing Maokai on the side of TLF, so I think playing around it's difficult, and I think it really proves so there. As well, I mean, once that Maokai gets ahead, it's so hard to play into him, even on the Infernal map. And Yukino had 2 really solid games, so really good to see from 100 Thieves Challengers.
Really great stuff. Can't wait to hear from them as well. As we're going to take a little break, and we should have Magical with an interview for 100 Thieves Challengers right after this.
Hello, welcome back into the LCS Challengers League. I'm Mad Magical, joined in by the top laner of 100 Thieves Challenger, Sniper. Welcome in. It's good to have you. Unfortunately, Game 2 wasn't your best performance, but, that's kind of what happens when a tent gets pitched up in a top lane, right?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, thank you guys for having me, and second of all, yeah, I mean, I know that game wasn't looking too good. I literally didn't need to do anything, and I mean, I'll just get carried by my teammates, But
yeah, sometimes that's just how it is, isn't it? You're just like, I didn't want to play the game. Why is he here for the 7th time in 10 minutes?
Yeah, exactly. But I could have for sure avoided it.
Hey, those kind of things happen. You live and learn. You're still young, playing here in the Challengers League. So kind of talk to me about how this experience has been for you, coming in from what was it? When did you hit Challenger first? What was it, 12?
It was at 12 years old, yeah.
Yeah, 12 years old, and now here playing professionally. How has that journey been for you?
I mean, it's been amazing, man. It's for sure been a long journey, and there's still so much more to come. But I don't know. I'm just super excited for the future. But right now, I'm just focusing on the present and everything in front of me first, and then I'm just extremely grateful to my teammates, to my family for letting me pursue what I love, for letting me drop out of high school too. That was one of the best, probably one of the best moments of my life. Because in 5 years from now, I won't be able to, or I won't regret it. Sorry. Yeah, there's still more to come. Even though I went 0-5 last game, it's a learning experience.
Bro, I believe. You've got this. I mean, just don't have a 0-5 Gnar game, or maybe do what you said on Twitter. Where you said, "Hey, let's have the skill matchup. We're gonna play the Riven versus the Camille here." What happened with that challenge?
I mean, he just decided to blind pick Fiora on, I think, 1 or 2. He just blind picked Fiora both games on first 3 rotation, and I think I answered pretty well. I just think that in the second game, I should have made a plan where that they're just gonna because this team, I'm pretty sure they only play towards top side. That's what Dan was telling me, at least before we played our matches against them, against Team Liquid Amateur. But yeah, I definitely think I should have just told my jungler to just cover dive top at level 3, and I would have been fine. Because I mean my Valen's winning lane every single game, so I don't really need to do much. I can kind of just sit back, just farm, play for 10 CS per minute, and then just get carried. But yeah, it's just miscommunication from me.
Yeah, it happens. And I'm glad you kind of mentioned Fiora, because I do want to talk about what we were talking about this a little bit before getting into the interview. What happened on the other broadcast between Cloud9 Challengers and Wildcard? So Wildcard won that game with a backdoor from Moose Hater. And I think we even have a tweet from that where we could bring it up and just talk. Here it is. It was Cloud9 saying, we just really need to ban Fiora. Are you on that same wavelength after this series?
No, not at all. I definitely think I should have just played it better, to be fair. But it wasn't really a gameplay thing. I don't think. I just think that I haven't scrimmed in even though not to make any excuses or anything like that, but I haven't scrimmed in around 3 or 4 months. So I was a little coming to the split. I was extremely confident in my own self and obviously my teammates. but my like comms were a little bit off. Like I mean, if you were playing with me, then you can kind of tell. So I'm just starting to get like used to communicating with my teammates better. Just like calling for jungler more, and just being a better. I don't know, like just being a better communicator at least.
Yeah.
From my side.
It takes time, right? You just gotta get used to the environment again. Like you said, taking a couple months off. So with this team and playing with Yukino, another player who's very young, how have you two been able to communicate? You said trying to get better at it, but how has the communication been growing since the beginning?
I mean, it's been pretty good because I mean I don't really need to say much. We're right now the meta is just like so focused on ball-in, especially since we have like two obviously really good players. We have Unforgiven, who just came back from Europe, or from Europe, sorry, and we have Destiny, who played in the LCS before, of course. So they obviously want like resources, right? And they want to like, I don't know, it's just like I just need to be more vocal on what I want to say and what I want in the game. So like I obviously like don't look bad every game like the Nari game, right? So once I start doing better, once I start like getting better at communicating, start reviewing my games more, especially with Dan. He's been very helpful towards my like improvement and stuff, and he's been very critical as well. So yeah, I definitely have a lot of work to do.
All right, I'm gonna give you a quick second, just like 5 seconds. Shout out someone at home that has been helping you a bunch. You already kind of mentioned a couple earlier.
Yeah, I mean, of course, my family, my siblings, just everyone that's been supporting me, my fans, like everything. I don't know. I'm just very grateful for this opportunity. I'm very grateful for you guys, and I hope you guys don't stop watching after the NAR gameplay. But yeah, I'm just grateful to my teammates, grateful to everyone. So thank you guys.
All right, well, thank you, Sniper. Good luck to you for the rest of the season. We'll continue to watch, but for now, I'm going to toss it a break. When we come back, we'll get ready for our third and final series of the day, Immortals Progressive Challengers up against AoE Esports. Make sure you stay tuned.